Hello Nerfers, I'm John from Foam Flinger, and today we're looking at my Worker Caliburn. So the Caliburn was originally designed over in America by Captain Slug. It's a fully 3D printed blaster, so all the plastic parts you see have been 3D printed. It came disassembled, so you'll have a bag of parts and rods and screws and bits that you'll need to put it all together. The good thing about that is if, for instance, any piece breaks, you can just print another part and add it on. Or if you don't like a part, for instance, or you don't like the colour, you can add new colours, change colours. Also, you can download the files and print your own if you have a 3D printer at home, which is a cheaper way of doing it. You can just buy the hardware parts, so the rods and screws, and then just print out all the plastic yourself and build one at home. I bought my Caliburn through Worker Toys. So it's a Chinese manufacturing company that bought the rights to sell the Caliburn from Captain Slug. So for every Worker Caliburn they sell, Captain Slug gets a bit of money, which is good. My Worker Caliburn, I had a little bit of difficulty assembling it. I found a video online that was like a time-lapse video that showed how to put it all together, which helped. I'm sure there's other videos out there that you could find that would help you build it. But it's not too difficult, it just requires a screwdriver and a wrench and other things like that. It's quite simple to put together, really. My Caliburn, at the minute, I've got it set up with the full metal internals. So I've got a metal trigger, metal catch, metal plunger tube. The seal, at the minute, isn't great. The plunger rod actually moves a bit backwards. I've seen someone online, the Facebook Caliburn owners group is really useful if you have a Caliburn and you need to ask someone some questions about things that you're unsure about with your own Caliburn. I've had many of them myself. Someone suggested gluing the pusher rod in place so it can't move because it's just held in with two screws, and for me it keeps moving forward, which causes problems because the pusher gets stuck inside the barrel and I'm worried that it's going to come out and other such things. Another problem I had with the 3D printed magwell is where the pins come in, you get a crack along there. Some people said before you put the pins in to file a bit more of a hole, so when you put the pins in it doesn't crack the bit there. I have got an injection molded magwell on the way from Worker, which will avoid any sort of cracking at all because it's made of like proper plastic as opposed to 3D printed plastic, which is in layers and can crack quite easily. Overall, with the aesthetics of the Caliburn, I think it looks really nice. Worker include a angled foregrip, these like plastic iron sights that are a bit wobbly, I don't really like. The filled in handle grip. The metal parts, I wouldn't say are necessary, I just sort of prefer the look of them. I think they might last a bit longer. The only problem was the metal sear. I prefer using the plastic one because with the metal one, the trigger pull was really stiff because there's two metal parts sticking together. So someone suggested using the original plastic sear, and the trigger pull is actually a lot smoother now, which is nice. With Worker Gen 3 darts, I'm getting about 150 FPS with the spring it came with. I'm not sure what spring it is. I think it's a K25 or something like that. But yeah, I get about 150 FPS, which is... it's okay with the spring. I'd like a bit more performance. I'd like to push it up to sort of 200. But I'd need a better spring. I'd also need to sort out the seal inside as well because it's not exactly airtight at the minute. But yeah, overall, generally very impressed with the Caliburn. I tend to prefer my Worker Prophecy because the build quality is a bit nicer, and the Caliburn to fire, well my one anyway, is a bit loud. The prophecy sounds a bit nicer to fire. I know that's a strange thing, but I actually just prefer the sound of the prophecy when it fires and the build quality of it. But yeah, if I could get my Caliburn with a heavier spring, I'm sure it would hit up to anything you like, really. It's the good thing about Caliburns is you can build them however you like. You can set them up however you like. The brass barrel, metal barrel, heavy spring. And there's a lot you can do with it. There's also infinite amount of parts that you can print out for them. If you like the Caliburn but you prefer something not so long, there's also something called a Talon Claw, which is a similar thing, just without so much of the stock on it. But yeah, very happy with my Caliburn. I haven't used it out in a game yet, but as soon as we're able to, I'd like to take it to some high FPS games and see what we can do with it. I do need a scar barrel on the end to help with accuracy. But yeah, overall very happy with the Caliburn. If you want to pick one up, I'd suggest, if you're in the UK, buy one from Worker because you don't have to pay any shipping. And Worker are a very reputable company. They'll definitely make sure to honour your purchases. I've bought a lot of products from Worker in the past and they've always been very good, delivered on time, in good condition. So yeah, I'll see you at the next games, guys. I'll have dates up soon for when the next games will be. Maybe not next month, maybe the month after, but I'll keep everyone updated and I'll see you soon. Thank you.